Katha, a Gen Z who uses her influence on the interweb to sell carefully selected thrift clothing and venture further by making her own custom pieces from popular finds. Take a look. The world of second-hand clothing is tipping on a precipice, where demand is slowly overtaken at moments by the supply, leaving heaps of this fabric gold unbought.
Gikomba is not the way it used to be. Gikomba used to have a lot of money and a lot of people. Right now, it's just there. We are just surviving.
A ban on mitumba in 2020 and subsequent threats to close off the trade after has led to a decline in need of a business that sustained millions of families in the country. But the ingenuity and necessity to supply her schoolmates with camera pieces to keep up with fashion trends carved a niche for her, which was further propelled by increased demands to replicate a single popular piece.
Me dressing up in school, during classes, people used to ask me where I get clothes, and I used to tell them I'll look for maybe a denim jacket and get it for you, or purchase it for you, and then maybe the weekend nitakuletea. That's how it started. And now after campus, I saw it fit to start an Instagram page since all my classmates walikuwa wameenda different places.
She now focuses on balancing the sale of her own custom designs and thrift finds on Kairetu apparel.
I think the making of the clothes and selling them gives you like validity. It validates you in some type of way, seeing that people love your design, love your work. On my post on my personal page, I can tell like what people want, because my thrift store is influenced by my own style. So I try to get what I'm wearing to my clients.
This is now emerging as the new face of the clothing trade, a metamorphosis that embraces all for survival. A very interesting story there. And Katha K is a Gen Z thrift seller and cloth maker, and she's found a very interesting way to take designs that she gets from her thrifts, makes them, and then sells it to her niche market. In studio, we have Kathy Muringu, who has had 10 years of experience in the mtumba trade, and we have the presidential tailor, Ashok Sunny, and of course, we're going to be leading this conversation, trying to see what exactly the textile industry has been going through, how it has grown, and how the youth can make money from it. I'll just start with you, Ashok, and of course, there's a very interesting question that a lot of Kenyans are wondering about, and from your professional view, why do you think that maybe the president has been taking up Kaunda suit so much?
One thing I'll say, the reason he's doing that basically is to support the local industry, because of all the presidents that have been there, of all the leaders that have been there, people leading, you've never had someone taking so much interest in Kenyan made. Giving power to the people who are using their talents to make garments, and is embracing the African cut, showing that we don't have to wear suits all day. We can wear the African cut, represent the African look. They call it the dictator look most of the time because most of the old dictators used to like the Kaunda suit. But that's to show that the Kenyans can make garments good enough for leaders to wear. Yes.
And maybe I could just throw that to you, Kathy. There's a lot of questions raised, especially when it comes to the mtumba industry. Do you feel like as a country we've grown to embrace this particular sector? And do you think that we've Kenyanized it?
Yeah, mtumba in Kenya is in us. It's in our blood. Like I was saying yesterday, it is feeding millions of people. It is cheap. Let me say it is cheap, affordable for so many people. And I also said yesterday, if we can't afford food 3 times per day, how are we going to afford the suits worth thousands of shillings, you know?
Yes.
So that is where Mtumba is, in Kenya. Let me talk about Kenya because I am Kenyan. It feeds so many people. It is what gives us our money. That's where we get our money. That's where so many people get their money. And what can I say? It touches everyone, from down there to up there.
Right, Kathy, there's a lot of questions on protectionism, and people like Ashok probably who make custom-made pieces feel like maybe the Mtumba sector is leaning into them. Do you think that these two sectors that are within the textile industry can find a way to, work with each other?
I think so. I think we work together because there are materials that come from outside, imported, not the new ones. There are some that come from maybe Canada, from the USA, and they still use them. Unique materials